Hey, it is me again. Meant to make this video yesterday, just didn't get around to doing it. Uh, 2 days ago, uh, my laptop, I accidentally splashed water on it, like a dumbass, and I thought, oh fuck, you know, that's great, now I don't have a fucking computer anymore. Just as I get into making fucking boxing videos, which is what this channel is going to be all about from here on out. Well, and then occasionally I'll make a video where, I'm ranting and screaming about something, or if I come across a troll or someone else in, day-to-day life who, basically I view as being mind-numbingly stupid, I might get on here and rant about that. Um, but yeah, so here's the video that I meant to make yesterday, but instead am making today. Um, TV's on again. ADD. Shut the fuck up. Um, yeah. So the topic for the video is going to be a couple of different things. First thing I want to talk about is the retirement of Ronald Wright, better known in boxing circles as Winky Wright. He retired apparently on Monday, which was the same day that Sugar Shane Mosley retired. And let's see what to say about Winky Wright, one of the best defensive fighters of our generation. Uh, I mean, he had his own defensive style. Uh, was a really good technical boxing southpaw. Uh, yeah, he had his own defensive style, which he called his turtle shell defense, which basically he just, you know, had his guard like this, really close together. And the thing that was interesting about that was Winky Wright has like really long arms, and I remember talking about this with Coach Chris and a few of the other guys when I was going actively to the Fairbanks Boxing Club. And we had talked about that once when I was down there. I think it was like shortly after, or right after Bernard Hopkins uh, beat Winky Wright several years ago in a, uh, I want to say it was at a catch weight. Uh, I don't believe it was at like, or it could have been at super middleweight. Su- Super middleweight, or maybe in between super middleweight and light heavyweight. I don't know. I don't remember. Um, yeah, we were talking about that down there. His defensive style, which was really interesting. But because of the fact that he had such long arms, he had like really long forearms, and so basically he could not only defend his face, but when he put his guard up, he could defend his face and also defend his like midsection, like at once, without having to, you know, do what most people do, like raise their guard up to, block up here and then like drop their guard to block downstairs. He could keep his arms in one position and block both simultaneously. So I always thought that was really cool. I thought, I fucking want arms like that because I'm no defensive whiz myself. And so for someone who's not a defensive whiz, or, well, not defensive minded at all, yeah, something like that could really help out. So, yeah, he retired at the age of 40, same age as Mosley, and just like Mosley, Winky Wright fought basically a who's who of the best fighters from like uh, junior middleweight and middleweight. Damn it. Anyway, um, yeah. In fact, let me just bring up here real quick a list of some of the people that he has fought. Yeah. In addition to, as mentioned before, Bernard Hopkins, he also fought Paul Williams. He fought uh, Sugar Shane Mosley, coincidentally enough, Angel Hernandez, Felix Trinidad, Jermaine Taylor. He's also fought former world champions such as Bronco McCart 3 times, Keith Mullins, Fernando Vargas, Harry Simon, and Julio Cesar Vasquez. um, yeah, let's see. It's like the Mosley 1 and 2. Yeah, yeah. Winky won pretty much. He won a lopsided decision the first time around. The second time he fought Mosley, it was closer. Wright was awarded a majority decision. Um, the one fight that I kind of want to talk about with him is the fight in early 2005 against the the comebacking Felix Trinidad during Trinidad's first comeback. Um, yeah, just absolutely fucking incredible. Um, he, not only did uh, Trinidad not win a single round in that fight, he did not even win a single minute of that fight. I mean, the scores were as lopsided as you could just about possibly get. Let me see. Do they have the yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Two judges scoring the fight 119 to 108, which basically two judges gave Trinidad 1 round. They each gave, yeah, Trinidad 1 round. And one judge scored it a perfect score for Wright, uh, 120 to 107. So basically, it was a virtual fucking shutout. Winky did damn near everything to uh, Wright, or I mean, yeah, Wright did everything you could possibly do to Trinidad. Uh, you know, he threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. In fact, he might have even thrown that once or twice. Wright was never known as a huge puncher, even though roughly half his wins were by KO, but those were earlier in his career. Most of his knockouts were early in his career. Um, yeah, basically, he did everything except knock him down. And then again, by the time he got around to fighting Trinidad, that just wasn't how Wright fought anyway. Um, he was more like Bernard Hopkins in that sense, where, he boxed people. That's what he did. He worked behind his jab and threw combinations and was really defensive minded. Never caught a lot of flack in return. Until later on, like his last few fights, he started getting tagged a little bit more than he had previously in his career. Um, but yeah. So as with Mosley and as with Paul Williams, I wish Winky Wright all the best. Uh, he was a really, really good boxer, and I'm sure he will be missed by the boxing world. Uh, Yeah, and on to something else I wanted to talk about, the fight tonight, in fact, this fight might already be starting down where you are if you live on like maybe the East Coast or something or close to the East Coast. Friday night fights on ESPN2 tonight. Kelly Pavlik is on the comeback trail, former undisputed middleweight champion of the world, uh, until he was dethroned by Sergio Martinez a few years ago, back in '08, I believe. Yeah, '08 or '09. And so yeah, um, big fan of his. I love knockout punchers, and Pavlik is definitely a knockout puncher. I mean, that boy carries power in both of his hands. Uh, uh, he's had a rough go of it, and over the last few years, goddamn. Um, after losing the title, he kind of went downhill a little bit. Um, got into problems with alcohol and I'm thinking depression. Uh, got into a couple of skirmishes with the law, once including his brother, who the two of them had a fight, and his brother ended up bloody. I believe one of his arms, his brother's arms or something, they got into a big fight at their house or at their parents' house or something. And Pavlik's brother ended up getting bloodied in that fight. His arm or something went through a window. I forget the story exactly. I read about it in a past issue of Ring magazine. So yeah, run-ins with the law, alcoholism. He was checked into the Betty Ford Center. Was recently released, like a year or so ago. Um, and now he's on the comeback trail, and I'm rooting for him, uh, big time. You know, he's you know, the pride and joy of Youngstown, Ohio, who have not had a um, have not had a big uh, fighter from there since I believe Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Uh, I'm not sure about that. I don't want to fuck that up. Yep, I was right. Ray Mancini, who was the fighter of lighter weight fighter of the 1980s. So I think it's about time that they had gotten themselves a good boxing champion. Um, whether Pavlik is really good, I mean, was he destined to be one of the all-time greats? No, he wasn't. Um, I guess you could say he's a limited fighter, but then again, I like limited fighters. Limited fighters are more fun, in my opinion, because they are not Superman. Okay, they are not, Floyd Mayweather. They are not Manny Pacquiao. They are not, the second coming of Sugar Ray Robinson. Um, yeah, I just think being someone on that level, that much of a level, would just be boring because it's like you're so much better than everyone else at that point. It's like, you know, there's almost no point in fighting then. It's just it becomes too easy unless you fight one or two other people, hopefully that are around your weight class that might be on your level. Um, so yeah, but Pavlik is not like that. He does have his flaws. He does cut, as was very apparent in his title loss against Sergio Martinez. And he even got pretty busted up a little bit against Bernard Hopkins, who is not the devastating puncher he once was back in the 90s. Um, so yeah, I want to talk about that. He's fighting a guy. Hold on. so unprofessional when I do shit like this, but I don't fucking care. Scott Sigmund. Pavlik's currently 38-2 with 33 knockouts, and going up against Scott Sigmund, 22-3 with 12 knockouts, so slightly better than 50% KO average for Sigmund. Interestingly enough, something Sigmund said uh, in a recent interview conducted by him, he honestly believes in a Kelly Pavlik upset roughly more than anyone else except for maybe people uh, in Pavlik's own camp. Why it would be considered an upset, I'm not sure. I don't know where he's getting that from. Pavlik is the much bigger name, and he's a harder puncher. Um, and Sigmund is someone who I've never even fucking heard of before. I mean, maybe he's a beast on the independent circuit, and no one knows, and this is going to be his first time to prove it on national TV. Who knows? Um, we'll have to wait and see. Um, I'm gonna go with Pavlik by knockout because I think Pavlik needs a knockout since he's on the comeback trail to really get his name out there and remind all of us why those of us who are his fan base, um, loved him to begin with. I mean, he blew people away. He was the first person to stop one of the aforementioned guys who I said fought Winky Wright, Bronco McCart, back several years ago. He was the first one to knock out Bronco McCart. In fact, I'm not even sure Bronco McCart had even been knocked down until his fight with Pavlik. Um, he was also the first person to stop Jermaine Bad Intentions Taylor uh, to win the middleweight championship of the world, and which was an awesome fight, and it was on HBO. It was not on HBO pay-per-view or pay-per-view of any kind. It was on regular HBO, which I have, and yeah, that was awesome. Oh my God, how the two of those guys went at it in that fight. Um, in fact, look up links to that fight. Pavlik Taylor won. Yeah, because that was a hell of a fight. There was, in fact, one point during one of the uh, it got stopped in like the eighth or ninth round, I think. But in one of the midpoint in that fight, one of the mid round areas of that fight, there was a point where there was like a solid 30 seconds to a full minute of just non-stop trading back and forth, just bam, 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 just it literally was human rock'em sock'em robots, and you know I about just shot up to the fucking ceiling when I saw that shit because that shit reminds me of what I said in an earlier video of Hagler Hearns. You know, I mean, it's stuff like that that gets people's adrenaline flowing, gets that adrenaline rush going. Gets the blood pumping. It's a fight where you see a fight like that and you instantly want to fucking lace up some gloves and fucking beat the shit out of someone. Just you want to go outside and just the first fucking person you see, you know, Popeye the Sailor with his fucking spinach. So this is gonna be a 20-minute or more video. Twisted Ash is probably not even gonna fucking watch this. Um, if he doesn't, can someone really recommend this video to her and like have her see it? Or I mean him. I keep wanting to say her. We have that history, so I'm sometimes gonna slip up when I mention him. Um, yeah, because I just wanted to give him a shout out in this video and just to remind him of how awesome a person he is. Um, yeah. Uh, I guess that's pretty much it. I told him over the phone. I told him over the phone I'd shout him out in this video, or I would do a shout out. I didn't say who I would shout out, but that I'd do a shout out, and I'm shouting out him. So yeah, if someone, if Patrick, I'm sure you're gonna watch this video. If you can let Seth know about this, that would be awesome. Um, she didn't watch my last 20-minute video, and she didn't watch my 30-minute video. Um, so I'm sorry sometimes my videos go this long, but it's just when it comes to boxing, I just have so much shit to talk about. Um, I know and have passion for far too many things in this genre. Um, to limit it to always limit it to 5 or 10 minutes. You know, I have too much to say. So for people that don't like long videos, you can go fuck yourself. Try try doing what I do and make videos that you are actually passionate about. Then you can come back and fucking talk to me about making long videos. Like, and the video is supposed to be 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and no one wants to watch long dance videos. Fuck you, burn at a stake. Um, fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, so yeah, Friday night fights. Tonight Pavlik versus Sigmund, and I don't know who's on the undercard. I looked at the schedule, digital TV schedule, and it didn't say. It just always says what the main event is. Um, and tomorrow, very important for tomorrow, I will be making a video tomorrow. And you will want to check that out because I will be making a video during the pay-per-view broadcast of Pacquiao-Bradley. And I'm going to be talking about that fight in that video. And once I get the full lineup, they don't like to give you the lineups of pay-per-views until you actually order the pay-per-view and you see it unfolding and the commentators are like talking down the list of fights on that card. So you don't know until the day of. And that pisses me off because I want to fucking know that shit. Maybe I want to blog about this shit and I want to do it ahead of time and not on the day or uh, not on the minute that the fucking thing starts. Um, so yeah, that kind of pisses me off. So yeah, Pacquiao Bradley tomorrow. Be sure to check out my video. I will be doing a video like I said during when the pay-per-view comes on. And not only will that be going on, me and boxing and me doing a video while watching boxing, but it will be me boxing and beer. That's right. Boxer, boxing, beer. I'm it I'm sorry, it just does not even remotely get better than that. The the three most important things in life: me, boxing, and beer. It's like I forget what the role is in the Holy Trinity. It's like it goes like God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, and those three things were Holy Spirit, God, Jesus, and they're all like one thing. Um, yeah, it's like yeah, uh, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, and so that could be like, let's see, you have me, you have boxing, and then you have the Holy Spirit. Okay, I know, and I have Christian friends out there that might offend some of them. Or maybe they'll think it's funny. I don't know. I think it's a bit humorous myself, but whatever. So yeah, be sure to tune in tomorrow for that shit, because I'm going to have a lot more to say. And Patrick will really be looking forward to this because he wants my take on Pacquiao Mayweather. And guess what? I'm going to have that shit for you tomorrow. So, until it's been another 20-hour video for me, so I'm going to shut the fuck up and get off here. Yeah, but until next time, this has been Boxer. And I'm even going to, say fuck all this shit. I'm going to just start referring to myself as Boxer Life 5150 because that's who I fucking am. That's who I still feel that I am. I may not have that channel anymore. I may not have had that channel for a long time now. But I'm still Boxer Life 5150. Um, so, yeah. Until tomorrow, this has been Boxer Life 5150. And until you see my ugly ass face tomorrow, seconds out.